Hey folks, welcome back to Caves of Qud. I'm still here, still doing this. What we're gonna do is start a new character, you know? I had this character, Turtle Girl. I'm gonna play as Turtle Girl again. It's going to be Turtle Girl the second or something. I'm gonna go through all this stuff again. Because I do want to make this character work. Thing is, there's been patched, there's been a big update, and the new Hindran village stuff is now in the game. And this has obviously made this character incompatible, and I do kind of want to play with the new stuff. So, even though this was, in my last attempt, the first character that was kind of, was kind of getting at least somewhere, I do want to see the new stuff, so we're gonna go through the whole spiel again. But I hope I'm gonna do a bit better this time, so let's start. Let's go ahead. I'm pretty excited for the new town and all this stuff. It's supposedly hidden in the flower fields. And it was written by a new writer, by someone who hasn't written for the game before. And I'm pretty excited for this. So, Kaylin, I think, was the name. I should have looked this up again, but before starting this. But I am only, I have only the slightest bit of information in my head, and that needs to be enough. So let's start a new game. We're going to replay the most recent character. Again, I'm doing Carapace, Freezing Hands, Night Vision, Two-Hearted, and we have Analgesia because I needed a few more points for this. So Carapace gives us pretty good armor. It's, we're going to get Carapace, we're going to prioritize putting points into Carapace because this will get us pretty durable in the long run. Freezing Hands so that we have something to stop enemies in their tracks and have a good sort of all-purpose ranged thing. That's gonna come in handy. We have Night Vision. That's mostly just because we have 1 point left over. Night Vision isn't all that useful. It's kind of convenient not to have to worry about light sources and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that we don't need to, carry a glow sphere or anything like that. So that's kind of nice. And we have Two-Hearted, which we will mainly use to get our toughness up. Because, toughness increases health, and we want that increased health, and I'm intending to put all the points that we get from leveling up into strength. So that's the build. That's the build. Analgesia just means that we don't know how much health we have. We only have a general impression of our stuff, I'm explaining a lot of stuff again, but there's always people who start viewing for the first time and stuff like that. So I have been told that it would be nice that I didn't just take everything as a given, but sometimes explain stuff again. So that would be good. So I'm gonna be doing that. We're going to start in Joppa. I don't want to faff about with random villages. I like that it is in the game, but usually I'm lazy as all hell. So what is my name? My name is Turtle Girl. That's a good one, actually. That's a really good one because you can just modify the number of R's. So we're gonna have a lot of those, at least until I actually manage to get one of these characters to get past the early game, which for some reason I have been having trouble recently. So I am in search of work. Yeah. A says that she really likes the name. Yes, I do too. Like the last, 20 characters have all been variations of Turtle Girl. So which tells you a lot about how the last 20 runs have been going. So let's see, we have a Yuckweed stem, which is nice. That is good if we get some bad stuff going. We have a leather cap. We a small cobalt tube, which is a shade oil injector. Torch. Yeah, iron battle axe, that is good. I'm going to put that on. Iron battle axe. You can extinguish and remove that torch. Don't need that right now. We're going to put the bronze battle axe in here. We're not really good at using both hands, but sometimes you get a hit in with your left hand anyways, so it's kind of makes sense to use the axe as well. We don't have, because of our freezing hands, we don't have the ability to use gloves, which will sort of hinder our ability to get armor value as high as possible, but well, that's gonna be okay, I think. So, we have a weird artifact, which is a poison gas grenade. That's gonna go to Argive, because Argive wants stuff. Also, that's new, let's trade. You know, I think that a lot of people who are starting out in the game don't know that you have to press tab to actually trade. And the game actually never really mentions that. Oh no, up there, press tab or open trade, but I think people might have been confused. I don't know. The game does mention that. I don't know. It's good that it's in here. It's good. It's good. You know, these types of roguelikes are often not the most accessible of games. And Caves of Qud is kind of a daunting game in itself. Oh, we have a leather cap, that's nice. So I really kind of like how much freehold games are trying to make the game a little more accessible. You know, I really don't like this weird kind of elitism about, around accessibility of games. I think games should be accessible, you know? Has nothing to do with dumbing it down or whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at Qud III, frigid kin of robots. That sounds good. While wandering around Channel Precinct Karshemish, Qud III discovered Dumur. There she befriended hermits and dispensed wisdom at a great cost. We don't know what the cost is, but it was great. Was it her life? We don't know. Karshemish Channel. Historic sites. Maybe we will find out when we get there. It's going to take a while. Don't know if we're going to survive long enough. It's kind of nice. We can go there like this pretty easily. That is sort of on our way. Yeah, the new village is not on the map. So I wonder if the location can change, or if it's sort of a quest, a new quest thing, a new quest arc that actually leads you there. We're gonna find out. I am excited for new content. It has been kind of the thing. I've been doing a lot of really cool stuff about the game systems, and apparently they're getting to the stage of adding new hashtag content into the game, and that's cool, because actually at this stage I've seen most of what the game has. Let's trade. You have nothing special, that's okay. So you can have knickknacks. You can have the poison gas grenade. I think I'm gonna give him the shade oil as well. So we are now level 2 and we have the Eureka quest. Mutation point, that's gonna... I'm gonna start out with Carapace. You know what, it might be a good idea to actually start with freezing hands. Also, still haven't done this. I need to actually change the standard key mappings because they are not how I want them to be. Oh, that's fine, okay. Alright, let's go down and let's be careful about this. Let's not die, how about that? So, killing a bunch of snapjaws here. Also, I didn't really... Come on. Ah. Zip. Alright. I didn't really take a look at what our buddy has. Tam. Steel boots are nice. What do we have? We have nothing. Steel boots. Okay, these are 103 because of a low ego. Things are kind of expensive. Yeah, musket, no. Yeah, the steel boots are kind of it. That's kind of what we want. The one Benus is also nice, but you usually find them on the snapjaws rather easily, but steel boots. Steel boots. 103 is kind of a lot. I don't know, maybe I'm not going to go for it just now. You know, we're gonna make our way down here slowly. I'm gonna try to be careful. Okay. Let's shake off the bleeding and recover. You know, I feel a bit more awake right now than I was the last times that I was playing. It's a Friday. I have the day off today, and yeah. I've been doing some stuff, you know, running some errands. All the nonsense that you have to do, but yeah. So, I'm going to manually explore. I'm going to try to not rely on auto-explore as much. It is convenient, but you know, I never used it back in the day. I was always manually exploring, and that also worked. And you know, you can kind of control the pacing of your exploration a bit better. We have dismembered Snapjaw Scavenger's left arm while striking them down. That is grisly. That is very grisly. There's Snapjaws. Okay. Alright. So what we're doing right now is we're gonna go to Red Rock. That's sort of the first real quest of the game. And we need to find evidence of a creature that is there. And we're gonna take a look at that. So yeah, there's two ways to get to Red Rock. You can either do overland travel, or you can go through the underground waterway, which is what we're doing right now, which connects directly to Red Rock at level 4 beneath Joppa. This way around is actually a bit harder because you come across fiercer opposition a bit faster than going and taking overland travel. Usually, like overland travel, you can run into some nasty stuff using overland travel as well, but you can kind of pace that out a little more because you know, overland obviously is a lot more open, and you know, can really kind of pick your battles a bit better. But you know, I kind of like doing it this way. It's kind of faster. Okay, so we have Across Mograye, Volume 1, The Sunderlies. So this is a book, and the yellow books are actually written. This is actually writing that someone has written. There's also books that have a grey name, and those are procedurally generated from all kinds of text. That is, you know, from just text strings that are somewhere in the game, and they don't make any sense. So yeah, I always take books with me because books are rather valuable in terms of water. So you can really use them as trade goods, and they are only 1 pound heavy. So yeah. Oh, we are also level 3, and I have not done anything. You know, Earlier I said that I'm more awake. I'm kind of doubting that assertion now a little bit. I'm going to put this into strength. So attributes are going to increase every 3 levels. However, in different ways. So every 6 levels you get an attribute point, and at level 3 you get an attribute point. At level 6 every one of our stats is going to increase by 1. At level 9 we're going to get another attribute point. At level 12, you see how that goes. It kind of alternates between the two, but every 3 levels we get attribute increases. So please rest up, thank you. Yeah, that's a young ivory. Young ivories can be quite nasty at the start of the game. Okay, let's see. Vinewood Sap Mask, we can equip that onto our face. I think what this does is it helps you against like poison gas and stuff. I've never actually empirically confirmed this, that it actually works. It might just be placebo. I always put on the first Vinewood Sap Mask I find until we find something better for the face. But I don't actually know if it works. But it's almost kind of a ritual now for me. First Vinewood Sap Mask goes onto the face. Okay. Also picking up daggers, because daggers also weigh just 1 pound, and that actually makes them. I have a pretty good ratio in terms of weight to value, so I usually just pick them up. Also, we're hungry, so let's eat something. Already have a camp nearby. Okay, so there's a campfire around. Oh yeah, up there. Crocuses. They're gonna go onto our feet. We have 6 armor value now. Not great, but plus 6 move speed for the rest of the day. It's tastier than usual. Okay, so what do we have? A gunsmith's face. Where did you find that? A dash of palladium anise and a dram of ash. I can see how that is tastier than usual. It's probably the face that made it that tasty. The face is doing the trick. This game is very preoccupied with faces, especially if you play an axe character. We're gonna notice that soon enough. Level 4, nice. We get the nice sound, and I'm gonna put that into carapace. I'm going to switch that around now, and we're gonna get cleave. And there we go. Cleave is kind of good because this enables us to decrease enemies' armor value. So we have an engraved iron mace. We're just going to take a look at that, because that tells us something about Qud III again. We cannot really find out much more about Qud III, at least that is not sort of just procedurally generated lore, because we already know the historic site associated with that, so then, and that there's something there. Don't know what that is actually, but commission an artifact that evoked the presence of a Briny Brine. Brine's beloved. What is it? That an artifact that evoked the presence of a Briny Brine. Isn't that wonderful? I love that so much. Brine's beloved. We're gonna find Brine's beloved probably. If we actually make it to that historic site, if I don't bungle this up, we're gonna lay our hands onto Brine's beloved. And that's gonna evoke the briniest of brines. Cool. Waterlock Tunnel, level 3. So we need to go one, what's it called? Story further down. I think story is only with with houses and skyscrapers, right? One level, yes. Sometimes it's the easiest words that are the right ones. Jesus. Okay, steel short sword. You know, I'm just going to take that with us. Since we are a strength-based character, we can carry a lot of stuff. So what do you have? You have a glow sphere. And a red slug. Don't really need glow spheres though. You know what? I'm gonna let that guy live in peace. Longsword. Isachari's Sun Veil. That is also a face thing. Gives us heat resist and 1 dodge value, so we're going to equip that instead. We're not going for dodge value, but having that dodge value is better than not having that dodge value. You know? Playing a mostly armor-based character, but you know, if we can get a point in that, why the heck not? Okay. Alright. Oops! Yeah, so much for letting that guy live in peace. Yeah, the glow sphere is gonna come with us. You know, that was just a reflex. There's someone! Okay, Iron Battle Axe. That is going to replace the Bronze Battle Axe. And I'm going to stop the recording video.